been a very, very busy morning for those crews trying to repair that ruptured 60-inch water main in Donaldson.
Of course, we've been following the story all morning long for you. Matthew Torres live on the scene at McGavock Pike. And Matthew, at least at the scene, it's getting better, right?
Yeah, you talked about crews busy this whole morning. They'll be busy for the entire day. As you can see behind me right now, we have the suction truck that just arrived. It's pretty noisy at this moment. They're trying to suck up all the water under the ground to help assess the water main break a little bit better. This cleared out just about a good 30 minutes ago, but as you can see around this area, large pieces of the rock and pavement still linger. They're cleaning up at this moment. We have bulldozers around the area. Good news, some of the businesses around here have water back. Metro Water Services says they hope to get the water running back to normal in about 3 hours, but again, they're just being hopeful at this point. They say the main part that broke, it was a good portion of the water distribution system, which means they will have the right spare parts to fix the issue. They're hoping to at least get that fixed by this afternoon, but they said they can work around the problem for the next few weeks or so, again, to try to mitigate any of this, the situation that we see now. But a lot of people are very busy at this morning. From what we're being told, Southern Hills Hospital is getting their water back to normal after experiencing low water pressure. So things look like they're getting back to normal. But again, a lot of the crews will be out here for the entire day trying to fix the water main break. For now, we're reporting live in Donaldson. I'm Matthew Torres, News Channel 5 HD.
All right, Matthew, thank you very much. Boy, it has caused, I mean, a mess doesn't even seem to describe it.
You're exactly right. And it's all over town, too. Let's get the latest on how this is affecting traffic now. Here's Dave.
Absolutely. Well, the good news is a lot of folks got the word. We haven't seen a huge volume of traffic trying to access Nashville from the east coming in Elm Hill Pike. We do have a detour route through Century City that some folks have used. You also use that if you need to get to work or need to get into the Century City area. But they're cleaning up Elm Hill Pike now and the entrance to Century City here at the foot of McGavock Pike where it comes in there. And they hope to have that operational within the next hour so that traffic, at least on Elm Hill Pike, can continue to move through that area. That stretch of McGavock Pike from Elm Hill Pike up to Lakeland Drive, no telling how long that will be blocked off as they have to dig the road up in order to repair that huge main and then put everything back in place for that. Lebanon Pike's picking up a lot of that inbound volume. You see it there west of Donaldson Pike all the way in toward downtown. 40 westbound has some traffic but might still be a better option from the east. New crash reported just west of the convent there in the Metro Center area. Otherwise, crash southbound 65 past Dickerson Pike and 1 Fester's Lane Lebanon Pike are the extent of our crashes this morning. You can see by the color codes it's kind of normal flow starting to slow from all directions now headed in toward the downtown area on our interstates. Pretty much what we expect at this time of the morning. That is 5 Live traffic. We're at 7:33 right now. Here's Amy.
All right, Dave, thank you. And this isn't the first time this has happened. Around this time last year, there was a water main break at the same intersection. Took the entire day for crews to fix that problem. Roads, however, reopened the next day.
Well, he planned to rob a gas station late last night. Now it's the robber in the hospital recovering after the gas station clerk turned the tables on him. News Channel 5's Cuthbert Langley covering this for us at Vanderbilt Medical Center. The clerk shot this suspect. Cuthbert?
He did, Steve. That's what police tell me. The clerk said he was worried for his life. The robber had a gun, supposedly pointed it at the clerk. Well, the clerk had one of his own and actually pulled out a gun and shot at the suspect. Excuse the noise. Lifeline is just taking off here from Vanderbilt Medical Center. Let's take a look at the scene from last night. This happened around 10 o'clock at the Grand Market in Madison last night. A clerk said that this robber walked in, pointed the gun, and that's why he shot him. And get this, though, the suspect was able to stumble out of the store into his own car and attempted to drive away from the scene to avoid police, but he didn't get that far. That's because he crashed his car. Police found him there. That's when emergency officials rushed him here to Vanderbilt. He just got out of surgery within the last couple of hours or so, but police are still saying this morning that he is in critical condition, and that condition does not seem to be improving. Once he is released from the hospital, he will be immediately transported to jail where he will be facing aggravated robbery charges as well as a felon in possession of a weapon, which means he does have a criminal history. I asked for this suspect's name, but police are not releasing it at this point. That's because they believe he could be linked to other robberies in the area, so more charges could be coming to this guy. Now, that clerk, if you're wondering about any charges that person's going to face, he won't. That's because, of course, he's claiming self-defense since the robber had the gun in the store. So still much to be learned on this. We'll follow it throughout the day here on News Channel 5 and NewsChannel5.com. For now, we're live here at Vanderbilt Medical Center. I'm Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5 HD.
All right, Cuthbert, thank you. A group of suspected robbers on the loose this morning. Police say 4 men and a woman robbed the Thorntons on Stewart's Ferry Pike. They were all dressed in black. They were all armed. Shortly after that robbing, well, police say the same group was caught on camera going down the street and robbing the Phillips 66 on Old Hickory Boulevard. Those two stations are only about 2 miles away from each other. No word yet how much money they got away with.
Making headlines this morning, Joseph Hendry has been charged in the shooting death of 13-year-old Ciasia Watkins in Lebanon. The 19-year-old was arrested yesterday in an extended stay hotel in Brentwood. Hendry is charged with criminal homicide. Just last month, Hendry was arrested and charged with drug possession in Wilson County.
Tip McKenzie, right there on the stand, testified yesterday at the Vanderbilt rape trial. Now, he is one of 4 men charged with raping an unconscious female co-ed in a Vanderbilt dorm room. Jurors also heard from Brandon Vandenberg's roommate right there, who claimed to be asleep when the alleged assault was happening. The verdict in the case also for a Rutherford County case, Jacob Pierman was accused of killing his wife on Valentine's Day. Well, the jury came down with the decision yesterday finding Pierman guilty on all charges, first-degree murder. He was convicted also back in 2012 of child abuse and aggravated assault against Carla Pierman's son. It's believed that that is what led to him killing her. A reduced speed limit will be coming to the road where a local dentist was killed while he was on a bicycle. Murray County leaders voted yesterday to change the speed limit from 55 miles an hour on a windy 2-lane road down to 35 miles an hour. It's Bryant Station Road, and it comes a month after Dr. Larray Rector was riding his bike on the roadway, and when a SUV came around a curve and hit him head on. Commissioners are hoping the new lower speed limit will be put into effect immediately and signs will go up soon. The pedestrian who was hit on Lafayette Street Monday night has now been identified as Quantez Blair. Police say he was crossing the street before 9 when he was hit by a Ford Econovan. Blair was wearing dark clothing and he was not using the crosswalk. The driver has not been charged in that incident.
4 people were hurt in a serious wreck in Clarksville, including 2 children. Happened around 1 yesterday afternoon on Dover Road. Police say Edward Hudson couldn't avoid hitting Narissa Lewis after she pulled out in front of him. Lewis and 2 children in her car, both under 2 years old, were hurt in the accident. Narissa and the 2 girls were flown to Vanderbilt, and Hudson was taken to Gateway Medical Center. Charges are pending against Lewis for failure to yield.